Hi, Aries. Welcome to your May 2017 mid-month to July 2017 mid-month Tarotscope tarot reading. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto, wherever you have prominent Aries. If you have prominent Aries, or if you just have a lot of Aries in your chart, this is for you. Thank you so much for watching. I am Lamar Townsend. I am a natural intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, empathic tarot psychic reader. And I would love it if you would contact me at lamartownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential tarot reading, Aries. My readings are not free. They are $1 per minute. They are well worth it. Please visit my website to read and watch some personal reading testimonials from people who have purchased readings from me and who have come back numerous times. Also, Aries, follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. Aries, I want to say that all of the decks that I'm using will be linked below, where you can purchase them from my Amazon Associates store. The main deck that I'm using in this reading is the Smith-Waite Tarot deck, the Centennial Edition, Tarot deck in a din, or Tarot deck in a 10. Tarot deck in a 10. Wow, tongue twister, sort of. And at the end of this reading, Aries, I'm going to pull a card from the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins deck by Doreen Virtue. So, thank you so much for listening and watching. Here we have the card at the bottom of the deck. I have already burned some sage around each deck and have brought forth your energy, Aries. So we have the card at the bottom of the deck, which is the base foundation, the overall energies of the reading. Things left unsaid that say so much. So let's pull the rest of your cards, the rest of your spread, Aries. And now that we have your spread, let's see what is going on during this period for you, Aries. And the card at the bottom of the deck for you, Aries, is the Judgment card. Interesting. The Judgment card is usually past wrongs coming around to be right, past karma, good karma usually coming back around to be paid. Sometimes it's bad karma, so it really depends, Aries, on whether you were naughty or nice in the past. Hopefully you were nice, and then good karma will of course be coming around for you. Overall, it feels like that's sort of the energy. If you did the good work in the past, meaning you did good for others, you did good for yourself, you learned your lessons, you incorporated your lessons, and you did what the universe has asked you to do. Things are going to move forward in a very positive way. If you didn't do those things not so much, then you might feel a little bit stagnant during this period as you work through whatever has left to be worked through. Okay? So in the past position, we have the Magician for you, Aries. This is very, very interesting. I love this. If you pay attention, the Magician, in his hand, he has, it looks like a wand of some sort, or a candle. But on the table, of course, he has the cup, the pentacle, the sword, and the wand. Everything the magician needs to manifest his or her desires and his or her wants and needs. So this is you in the past, Aries, having everything you need to create the life that you want. And I love that. In the present position, we have the Emperor. And now I love this, Aries, because I see this card as you most of the time. It switches between you and Scorpio. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could have Scorpio in your chart, prominent Scorpio. You might be a Venus in Scorpio as well. That's an interesting combination if you are to have Aries and a Venus in Scorpio, because Venus in Aries and Venus in Scorpio are said to be the most problematic Venus placements to have. I'm a Venus in Scorpio, by the way. But with that being said, these cards are looking amazing for you during this period, Aries. This is you all day and twice on Sunday, Aries. You are very, stuck in your ways sometimes. And, when you say, what you say goes, Aries, okay? When you have the last word, you have the last word. What you say goes, Aries. And you put your foot down, and, you're not changing your stance. You're not changing your the way you've been moving, Aries. You've been focusing on a certain type of goal, and you are focused to see that goal through. In the future position, we have the Seven of Swords. Sometimes, carrying on too much. Sometimes carrying the burden of other people as well, having to carry the burden of other people. The sword energy is always associated with air signs, so you could be dealing with a lot of air signs, Libras, Aquariuses, or Geminis. Air signs tend to be talkers, so in talking, they like to talk a lot, and they like to talk a lot about themselves and their problems. So air signs in that way can, kind of put their burdens on other people. But because you're such a strong sign, Aries, be wary of people putting their burdens on you. Okay, you are a very strong sign, a very emperor like sign or empress like sign. You carry the wand of power. You carry the determination and the ambition and the wherewithal to see anything you want to see, any goal you have, any vision you have through. And people know that. People know that you're a very strong person, a very strong-willed, a very centered, usually, a very, very calm, cool, collected person, usually, for the most part. And people generally like to come to those type of people with their problems. But in that same realm, people can tend to dump their problems on you, which can be problematic. Queen of Swords in the conclusion. Definitely putting your foot down with people in your life, putting up some boundaries, Aries, which I think is very important because this is kind of unacceptable, in my opinion. You shouldn't have people, just throwing their swords at you, just for the sake of that they know you can carry their swords and their burdens. But you shouldn't have to carry other people's swords and burdens, Aries, just because you can. All right, that is their swords and their burdens to bear. All right, and I think you know that you're a very strong-willed, very smart, intelligent sign, and I see you putting your foot down, and definitely getting a little bit fiery, a little bit, maybe a little bit aggressive with people, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, Aries. Sometimes you have to get aggressive with people, of course, not in a violent way, but in a very, maybe blunt, straight to the point kind of way. Like, this is what it is. I'm no longer going to allow you to step all over me, walk all over me, come to me with your problems, complaining, and you keep doing the same thing over and over. I'm done. Leave me alone. Like that type of energy. Here we have the Four of Swords. Interesting. Aries, be careful of your temper during this period with people, because once again, I feel like people are going to maybe try you. They're gonna try to bring their problems to you, and I feel like you're getting really tired of that. So, but Aries, I just want to say to please try to get your point across to people as much as possible, because please remember that these people coming to you don't come to you just for the sake of, oh, Aries, they're so strong and strong-willed. I know they can take, whatever I throw at them. They're coming to you because they admire you. They're coming to you because they see you as someone who can impart wisdom and advice, and someone who is a stable force in their life. And sometimes with people like that, you don't necessarily have to cut them down or be curt or rude with them. Sometimes you just have to place boundaries with them. Ten of Wands. Definitely see you placing some boundaries with your friends. Interesting, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, so rushing. I feel like there will be a point where you may go a little bit overboard, Aries, but I see you catching yourself, and from that point forward, I see you before you get to that point where you can kind of rush to a conclusion and kind of have an emotional outburst or emotional reaction. I feel like at some point you're gonna learn that that's not the best way to go. Definitely some attraction, the world, a happy ending, coming full circle. Ace of Wands, this is you. Of course, the Wands is always fire energy, so Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Definitely being proactive. being active during this period, Aries. Once again, be careful of fighting and conflict, okay? Try your best to be as peaceful as possible during this period. The Empress, very money-focused period for you, Aries. Please try your best to keep your mind on money and your mind on the relationships that do work in your life and the relationships that are soothing to you, and maybe even the relationships where you can go to someone and vent and dump your stuff on someone else, maybe, but not in the way that other people do it to you. Remember the principles of being a good friend, being a good listener, but being a good speaker, being able to be open and honest, but also being a good listener as well when other people need to vent, okay? So it's really important to have that balance once again. All right, Aries, let's see what card you got from the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins deck. And you got Aries, explore your options. Aries, it's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. And you know what? That's really what I feel for you. This is a great period of a great time of change for you, Aries. Lots of changes going on, and lots of changes in relationships, mostly friendships, and just social surroundings, I feel. Definitely money focused time as well, so maybe some changes in job as well. If you are looking for romance, if you're single, I definitely feel like this is a prime opportunity as well to go out and be social and really look for the right people in terms of dating, and really figure out what the right person looks like for you. What would their personality be like? What are their goals? And you know, it's really great time to start thinking and strategizing and getting prepared for the changes ahead, Aries, okay? Please contact me at Lamar Townsend Tarot for your own personal, private, confidential tarot reading, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me during this reading. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. Aries, love ya. Catch you next time, okay? Thank you.